from Hungary, you just saw momentarily there. He's been pretty close to European medals, 5th, 6th in his time. Irakli Tumanidze, Olympic bronze medalist from Rio and a former European champion. Then you've got Igor Netsky from Israel. He would be the second of the two Israelis. Tamas Karochi representing Serbia, bronze medal in the Junior World Championships last season. And representing Slovakia, this is Radoslav Tatarchik. Onwards to the first of the two Czechs, Kuchera, who was 7th a year ago in the Europeans, and then Ante Vukovic from Osijek in Croatia. Jiří Orsek, the other Czech lifter, he's been very close in recent times to major honours. And then last but not least, Lasha Talachadze, the reigning Olympic, world and European champion. Big group lifts from earlier in the day, and those B group achievements, well, the best of them, 160 kilos from Tollefsen of Norway in the snatch, and also the master in the B group of the clean and jerk. 203 kilos, giving him a total of 363 kilos, and he is the leader in the clubhouse. In terms of recent winners, well, Lasha Talachadze, he's won the last two editions for Georgia and his teammate in 2015. But some famous names on the roll of honour, not least the Latvian Viktor Skerbatis, who, as you can see, was successful for 4 consecutive years. And these the opening weights now for the super heavyweights, the big boys of European weightlifting. And just about 15 seconds to go to the first of our lifts.
Okay, it's time. At the set, 157 kilograms weight on the platform.
So, a very good evening, everybody. Bogdan Mokranowski, our public address speaker from Poland, to get us underway in this men's super heavyweight class, over 105 kilos. In excess of that, a 10-man field, including the Olympic, world and European champion. And on stage now for the first attempt at 157 kilos, the first of the two Israelis in the lineup. This is Igor Olshanetsky from Ashdod in Israel. 32 years of age, the older of the two Israelis. Drives up. And 157 kilos to get his challenge underway. And just a reminder that Kim Erik Tollefsen of Norway, 160 kilos, 6 out of 6 good attempts for the man in the B group. He leads at this moment in the clubhouse, so to speak. Well, 157 kilos, that's a pretty modest start, well within his range for the first of the two Israelis. Has got a personal best of 170 kilos. Just looking at the opening weights here, well, Talachadze not due in until the bar gets to 200 kilos, so some weight for him, and 175 kilos for Jiří Orsek of the Czech Republic. Again, Peter Naj, an experienced lifter representing Hungary, 180 kilos. So those are the guys that we won't be seeing for probably 15-20 minutes, but we might see them in warm-up. As you see, Talachadze, the big man, the man who holds the world and European records. Terrific lifter, and of course the European Championships, they go to Georgia by the seaside in Batumi on the Black Sea next season. So we're hoping that he might go for a world record, but I have a horrible feeling that he might just hold off and wait till next year. Obviously he is the big favorite, and Netsky of Israel to come on and take a 5-kilo increase, 162. And of course this would put him in first place in the snatch, so this would surpass Tollefsen of Norway, who led from this morning's early 105-kilo super heavyweight B group. Packed house here in Isfahan, some 30 kilometers outside Bucharest, for this, the finale of the championships of 2018. 20 seconds. Steadies, drives up, and good lift.
163, please.
So good efforts there, but again at 162 he's some 8 kilos within his best. Here you can see he gets the bar moving well. Positioning is really good, as you can see from the side there. Drives up and completes. So at the moment still lifting within himself, and arms nicely locked out there, no question for the referees or the jury to intervene. And the bar going to 165 kilos, and this is for the announcement of his teammate David Litvinov. His mother Victoria has been in the hall as one of the technical officials here, so she's looking on. Originally the family was involved in powerlifting, but Litvinov very much a weightlifter, like his teammate from Ashdod. Lifted 166 kilos in the World Championships last December in Anaheim in America. Well capable of 170, but officially couldn't hold on. Bar running away from him, and he couldn't get back underneath that.
165 again. Tomasz Kajdoshi, Serbia, first attempt.
And I think he's quite surprised by the fact that this happened. I just wonder whether for the second attempt he might move the bar back a little further on the platform. You can see the momentum and the power and the speed, and that's now brought into play. The man who represents Serbia at these championships, and this is Tomasz Kajdoshi, 20 years of age. Well, that's again an unexpected failure. Junior European champion in the Junior European Championships last year, I should say. He was the bronze medalist there. And the Serbian, who weighed in 136 kilos last year, a little bit heavier, over 140 kilos, so he's lost a few kilos. And now the Croatian from Osijek, in very good heart in the warm-up room. And this is Vukovic, posted 165 kilos for his opener, so he's right there. Again, he's got some kilos in hand. Let's hope he gets away to a good start now. Once again, another man. Immediately, these men finding themselves under pressure. Technically, this is the more demanding of the two disciplines because of the precision, millimeter precision. And you can just see that bar just comes forward, he's behind, and he can't maintain. And Litvinov now coming onto the stage for the second time. Now, 166 is his personal best, 170 we know he's capable of back home. That's much better. Really in control from the get-go there. And no worries, 165. And Litvinov goes into the overall lead ahead of his Israeli teammate. So a few hiccups early on here. Kajdochi for Serbia now to come on to the stage. It's his second attempt. He's going for 165, so again, according to the rules, if he manages this, he will only go into second place because the Israeli who just preceded him got there first with that weight. Takes the bar just a little bit back. Maybe needs a step or two forward. That's what he's anticipating. Not easy to run around even with those weights, but the arm stayed locked and the lift is good. So the Israeli split now by the Serbian, 165. Just worth considering that the snatch world record is 215 kilos. Croatia, Vukovic to try also and make amends. So if he picks up this weight, he will go into third place. Well, he did say something to me backstage when as we always do when we go and chat to them, we wish the lifters good luck. And I remember as I was walking away, he said something like, I think I'll need it. Well, he's not having the best of fortune now. You can see the hips behind, the bar in front. No way of saving that. And he's under real pressure now. 2 failures. He'll come out shortly, but first... Netsky of Israel. This is for a third good attempt, 157, 162. This is the 3 kilo increase to 165. He's in third place. He would stay in third place if successful. Well, he's not going to preserve third place for very much longer. Losing that behind, the momentum of the bar, taking it away from him. Really no alternative but to release. Nothing you could do about that. Once the bar starts to move, it's away from you. Now, everybody in the audience should be well aware of the situation here, and they need to get on this man's side. So, Vukovic of Croatia, 2 failures. Very capable of this. Waits for the 30-second buzzer. Thank goodness. just about waited in time for the down signal there. Has to be careful not to release the bar until it gets below his shoulders. But in a sense, he saved his day because he can still go for a total. Drives up here. No question, he's in control. And actually, that's a decent recovery from a man who was under pressure. Slovakia, represented by this man, Radoslav Tatarczyk, 26 years of age. And Tatarczyk weighing in 111 kilos 20. That's pretty similar to last season when he lifted 175 kilos in the summer Universiad. Comes from Kozice. And his girlfriend Ivica, who's looking on back home on Slovak Eurosport with us. She'll be pleased with that. That's a good start for him. Just has that little bit extra dynamic about it and puts him on his way. So 168, the new leader. And in warm-up, the Olympic champion and the double European champion. Well, you can see right at the beginning of his warm-up, with, I think it was 50 kilos on the bar there. The bar, of course, 20 kilos, so about to go through the sequence.
Czech Republic. First attempt. David Litvino, Israel, be ready. Kuchera goes up.
So early days. That young lady you just saw in the audience was Louise Venekilde, who lifted earlier on for Denmark with her boyfriend now, Christian, enjoying this super heavyweight finale. Of course, everybody waiting until the weights really pile on. So David Litvinov now, 170. Wobbly start, good second attempt. And this by 2 kilos to regain the advantage. Happy with that. So he finishes his lifting on 170, and in international competition he'd achieved 166. We know that in unofficial competition he's done 170, so that's pretty good. He's now officially moved his personal best to 170. So Kadoci of Serbia now going for the same weight, 170. At the moment in third place. This will push him up to second. Third and final attempt. No problems there.
173 kilograms, please.
So Israel, Serbia, Slovakia, the three nations at the top of the leaderboard, but still a ways to go. Padanaj for Hungary, Irakli Tumanidze, Kamil Kuchera, Yuri Orsak, the two Czechs there, and Lasha Talakhadze of Georgia still to start. So this is really the appetizer, the hors d'oeuvre, and the main course still to come. So Tatarczyk, 173 for the lead, and now there's a bit more rhythm about the competition. Things are beginning to move. Whips it overhead there, the man in black.
174, please.
I'm not sure what the shake of the head was, whether it was the coach saying, I'm really not happy with the technique, let's have a look again. Here you can see
Kamil Kuchera still getting prepared. Prigotowicz.
yeah, just that one. I think that's very good lifting, and he's still got one more to come. Slovakia, who earlier in the day got onto the medal roster in the 105 kilo class. Matej Kovac had a bit of a nightmare in the snatch phase, bombed out there, but came back to earn a bronze medal, the first for Slovakia at these championships in the clean and jerk. 206 kilos, his second attempt, but that was early today. Kamil Kuchera now asking for the bar to go to 175. And just having a look around here on the board, 175. Is he actually going to come out for 175? 1 minute clock established. Kuchera, who planned to come out at 170. So clearly, this is the first of the two Czech lifters. And 175 suggests that warm-up has gone pretty well. Kamil, 33 years of age. National champion, ahead of his teammate. Well, it's a good start. Actually, it's the other way round. Jiří Orsag's the man who got the national championship last season. But 175 and goes straight into the lead. Weighed in last season around the 141, 144 kilos. This year 141, so pretty stable between last year and this year. And Jiří Orsag coming out for his first attempt at 175 kilos as well. Orsag, who posted 174.5 as his opener, so as planned. So just showing his elbows there to the jury and the referees. 30 seconds. Straightforward starter. European bronze medalist 5 years ago.
176, please.
And 7th more recently in the World Championships. And again, pretty stable with his weight, around 130, 131 kilos, as it was last season. And Jiří, 29 years of age, so the younger by 4 years to his teammate. And no, wrong man on stage with the bar at the moment.
You have not changed.
So
now we have the change. 176, Radoslav.
so the bar to 176 to get the correct weight announced there for Tatarczyk. This is a 3 kilo increase, and it has the extra kilo, which will take him to 176 and put him back into the lead. So 2 good attempts so far, third one coming up. Well, not going to complain about this. This is pretty good lifting by him. 176 in terms of international competition, that's a new personal best. So good little series here. But you have to keep this in perspective. 176. Remember, Tarakadze, the big champion, not expected in till 200. So, you know, more than 20 kilos behind at this stage, according to what Tarakadze is likely to pick up at his first attempt. So Perenaj and the 2 Georgians, Perenaj from Hungary, and the 2 Georgians yet to start.
Kuchera goes up 180. Igor, Czech Republic, second attempt. Druhý pokus.
In the centre there, Nicu, the son of Nicu Vlad, the president of the Romanian Weightlifting Federation. Of course, Nicu, former Olympic champion, 84 in Los Angeles, not sitting too far away from me. And of course, this is the class he relishes. And Camel Kuchera. ...181 kilos for Kuchera. So the stakes are being raised now. No problems with that, the little walkabout, but basically okay. And 181, that takes Kuchera into a bit of new territory by a kilo. So the Czech Republic ahead of Slovakia, then Igor of the Czech Republic in third place at the moment. So little local battle going on. So Igor also going for 181. Now this guy's got a personal best of 187. Haven't seen that recently, but he did do 185 in the World Championships, in which he finished in 7th place last December. So the Czech Republic now 1 and 2.
182 kilograms,
but still 3 men in the warm-up room. Pedernage, Hungary, Talkhadze, and also from Georgia, Tomanidze. And very shortly, Pedernage. There's Talkhadze. Pedernage now keen to get onto the stage. 32 years of age. He's a real, well, campaigner, journeyman. He's been in all sorts of competitions. 10th in Rio at the last Olympic Games, but often does his best performances in competitions like the President's Cup in Russia. Back in 2016, he was runner-up in that and snatched 188 kilos. His best, though, is 193. And that was in Rio. Full-time athlete, like the majority of this field, and a medal today overall would be a real reward for his dedication to the sport. Big guy, his cousin, Victoria Varga. She was 4th in the Athens Olympics in the women's super heavyweights. So a little bit of family history. So Pedernage, Hungary, into the lead by a kilo. There you can see it, ahead of the 2 Czechs. But when we flip to the next page, you'll see the men who've yet to start, both Georgian, and both to be highly respected. How much of a fight they'll give each other, time will tell. There's the boss. Great to see him. He's won the last 2 European titles, so always great to have a champion like him on the European roster. But first, his teammate coming out at 185. So this is Tomanidze as planned at 185. By 3 kilos, this would put him into first place. Tarakadze just getting to the end of his warm-up sequence. This man, 33, Lusher, his teammate, the younger at 24 years of age. Good and explosive drives, really impressive opener.
Good lift. 185 again. Kamil Kuchera,
And
Czech Republic.
indicating, as you saw there, that he wants the bar cleaned off.
Second attempt, 3-day focus. Is Jaroslav Biredi.
So Georgia with the advantage from Hungary, then the Czech Republic. And Kuchera, he's got one attempt left. Pedernage 2. Yuri Orsag of the Czech Republic, he's also got one. And Kuchera. So there's a definite fight going on here for at least bronze medals. Pedernage, Kamil Kuchera, Yuri Orsag. But the two Czechs have got to make their attempts to put the pressure on to Pedernage. As I said, the Hungarian's got 193 from the Olympic Games, 188 from the World Championship, so he's, on paper at least, the favoured. And we'll see this from the side, and you'll see that the bar just moves away, just leans on that, and left behind, no chance. And Kamil Kuchera with that failure at the moment in third, but not for too much longer. And there you can see no chance of saving that whatsoever. Really frustrating. Kuchera
Next change, notch goes up.
with
186.
181 kilos, a new personal best by a kilo, but really frustrated that he couldn't do that. And now his teammate Yuri Orsag lying in fourth place, 5 kilo increase. Of the two, this is the man who is traditionally stronger in the first half of the competition. There's not too much between them in terms of the clean and jerk, but this could be really important. So 5 kilo increase to go to 186 for the outright lead. And that'll be the challenge for Pedernage in the fight for a snatch medal. Oh, it's so close. Well, he's left in fourth place, and that means that Pedernage in second place for Hungary at the moment. Well, he's in second place. He could be bumped down to third with Tarakadze, but he's guaranteed a snatch medal at these championships. And have a look at this. He was so close. He was there, and then it just moves, and he can't hold that. He has to let go. Frustrating. Pedernage, all 157 kilos of him. So he's going to have a little battle here with Tumanidze. This is going to give Pedernage a 2 kilo lead if he can make this second attempt. Definitely within his range. Lovely. You could just see the harmonization, the visualization there when he was at the bar, putting himself, keeping himself in the zone, just knowing exactly what he needed to do. So Hungary take the advantage. And remember, the champion not due to come in until 200 kilos, and we're at 190 now. So it looks at the moment that Naj and Tumanidze are going to battle this out for what ultimately might be silver and bronze medals. And Tumanidze coming in at 190 now. This is a 5 kilo increase, but nothing to frighten him. He's got a personal best of 207. He did that in Rio. He didn't have a good time last year in the World Championships, though. Got 2:01 in the snatch, but then failed to complete in the clean and jerk. European champion of 2015, trying to go into the lead here. Ooh. Almost crossed his legs, but somehow gets there. And of course, now he has a 3 kilo advantage over Pedernage, and they both have one attempt left. We see that bar goes lopsided, throws him away, really, the imbalance. But tremendous strength to be able to manage the slightly helicopterish move. And Pedernage coming out now. And this is interesting, Nage from 187 going to 191, which is a 4 kilo increase. And obviously he believes on this day this is what he needs to do. Now, it might well be that what he's thinking of the longer game, the overall medals, so he wants to stay as close as he can, and he's not going to risk anything extravagant at this moment. Looking for 3 out of 3. And that is better for me than the second one. And Pedernage delighting the Hungarian fans. And goes back into the lead. So great sequence. The Hungarians, who not much more than an hour and a half ago were in the medals with Christina Magatu. At one time looks as if she might steal the super heavyweight women's gold. In the end, she ended up with the super heavyweight women's silver, but a gold medal in the snatch phase of that competition. So already profit for Hungary today. And now Tumanidze coming out 192 on the bar. Thought he was contemplating more, but what he's doing here is just taking the 2 kilos that's necessary to take him to 192 and the necessary kilo to push Nudge down into, at the moment, silver, but ultimately probably bronze. So Irakli and that's, for me, is pretty well the best of his 3, and asked and answers, and they've had a really good little duel, Tumanidze and Naj, and Tumanidze's come out the better by just a kilo, but Naj very happy. And here again, no question, arms absolutely correctly locked out, really good speed, and gets under the bar, very effective. But here comes the 24-year-old master of the super heavyweight class. Now, he's got all the titles, but that doesn't mean any form of complacency. He knows that better than anybody. 200 kilos. Lasha, 215 kilos in Rio, and 3 white lights indicates that he's gone into the lead and has got an 8 kilo advantage over his teammate, 9 over Pedernage.
I think will be the change.
So where is he going to head? That's what you're wondering about. He is the man who if he's in the right mood, could really go for world records. But as I was saying, I felt that he wouldn't be concentrating on that too much. So, of course, he's got the best part of 2 minutes to follow himself. The world snatch record, he holds that at 220 kilos. His European record is officially 215, but he comes within the world and European bracket, so effectively the 220 is also a European record. And for good measure, Talakadze, he achieved the under-23 snatch record of 215 kilos, and the bar's gone to 210. Well, this is all about him, his targets. He's not really being pushed. We didn't expect him to be pushed by even his own teammate, but these lifts have to be made. That was more explosive. That was much better. Second attempt, and that's more like it. Fantastic speed from the champ. 210 kilos and made it look like a feather. Well, as I said, I don't think he's going to go for 220, or it would have to be 221 if he wants to try and create a world record. I just think he's probably going to build even more security into his performance. Oh, well, here we go. I was wrong, and to the delight of the crowd, 221, he's going for a snatch world record, and this would be really something on the final day of the European Championships. This would be real icing on the cake for us. Georgia, this is quite interesting. Georgia at the moment on 7 gold medals, in 3rd place in the medal table. Poland have 7, Romania have 9. But if Talakadze were to win all 3 gold medals, they'd go ahead of the Romanians in the medal table this afternoon. But let's not worry about that. Let's just enjoy one of the great lifters. Sitting about 3 meters away from me, Nico Vlad getting really excited about this. Now, make no mistake, world records don't come easy. They didn't come easy in the first place. It was Anaheim at the World Championships that he set 220. And this would be a privilege for us all if he can bring this one home in Europe. He has all the time in the world. This is technique and power. Oh, not to be. Well, he had a go at it. All credit to him for having a go. He does know what that sort of weight feels like on the bar. But we come to the halfway stage. You can see there he's pretty close. And it releases in front of him. And so at the end of the first half of the competition, Talakadze there with a healthy advantage. Look at that, 210. That is 18 kilos ahead of his teammate, 19 kilos ahead of Pedanush. Those two having a bit of a private battle. And then there's another 10 kilo drop back to the man in 4th place, and that's Kuchera ahead of teammate Yuri Orsag. So an entertaining first half, but I think the fireworks are going to come in the clean and jerk. Let's hope so. But we're at the halfway stage now. The boys are into a 10-minute interval. And
now I would like to invite on the stage
Now 9 minutes to go before they start the second half of the competition. So we're going to take a little break and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to review the snatch after these messages here on Eurosport. First man in the clean and jerk second half of this men's super heavyweight, and it's Radoslav Tatarczyk representing Slovakia in 6th place at the halfway stage. 182 on the kilos on the bar, first attempt. So a good start there. Once again, a very good evening to everybody, particularly if you're just joining us now. This is the finale of the European Championships of 2018. Slovakia getting us underway in the final chapter of these championships. It's been a really good journey, particularly for the Romanian athletes. Collectively, they've found themselves at the top of the medal table going into this final competition. Romania with 9 golds, 8 silvers and 9 bronze. But if the Olympic world and European champion collects the clean and jerk gold and the overall gold, then he would give Georgia 10 gold medals. And of course, Georgia in Batumi on the Black Sea, the host for next year's European Championships. So just looking at the weights posted, just to whet your appetite, well, why not start with the big boy, the Olympic, world and European champion Lasha. 240 kilos he's posted for his opening attempt. That's 20 kilos more than Jiří Orsag of the Czech Republic. It's 40 kilos more than Tamas Kadoci of Serbia. And so he should be in real control. The big question is whether Peter Naj, who's going to open up on 210, which is okay, whether he can do enough to get a medal overall. So Tatarczyk having to follow himself at 187. Nobody else wants this weight, so second attempt. Very close to a personal best. He's done 190, but not in an international competition, more at home, so it isn't official. And a power jerk there to secure 3 white lights there, and that's 5 lifts out of 5. So at the moment, working really well. So I hope everybody in Košice who's watching this is proud of what this man is doing for Slovakian weightlifting. And now the opportunity to go a little bit further for a personal best. Just having a look around here who might come in. And
189, please.
189 on the bar for Tatarczyk. Now he's done this, but this only represents a 2 kilo increase. The big increase was between first and second attempts, which is, as we say, par for the course. I was just wondering whether he would go to 190, and he's gone to 190. So I think this is a really good effort. He's really testing himself now.
9-1.
Every chance of a highest ever placing in the European Championships. He was 16th last year with a total of 360. He's already surpassed that by 3 kilos. And this would be a 4 kilo increase, 191. But this is a tester. Remember, these men who've been warming up both for the snatch and the clean and jerk, so they've used The best part of 20 attempts warming up backstage, plus the snatch attempts and now the clean and jerk. So all the time he gets to the heaviest weights whilst the petrol tank, so to speak, is emptying. Doesn't look as if he's traveling on fumes, but the clean, to get this, it has to be done with the greatest of economy. Over a minute to win it. Not bad. And I think that's okay. Well done to him. 367, and he's improved his personal best in the overall total by 7 kilos, and his clean and jerk best by 2 kilos, and also in the snatch phase, 176 was a kilo improvement, so personal best right across all 3 parts of the lift. So that's good lifting for the Slovakian. And now Litvinov, the first of the Israelis, he's lying in 7th place. He was behind Tatachik, who you've just seen. Now he was behind him by a full 6 kilos. So he's trying to at least get back on terms with the Slovak. And this would redress the balance here by 4 kilos. First attempt, 195. No lift.
No lift. 195 again.
Well, might be confusion in the audience. Have a look at this from the front and then you'll get a bit of a clue as to what happened here. Watch the arms, comes up.
Ante Bukovic, Croatia, please prepare.
See the press out there, and no lift, so must try again. And meanwhile, his teammate Igor Netsky, he was down in 10th place, even further behind. He's trying 195 as well, but he only brought forward 162 kilos, so this is all about a personal battle for him. Needs to first off secure the total and then try and build off that. This, on paper at least, is his strongest suit, but that didn't look that comfortable, I have to say. Stronger overhead, but it wasn't elegant, was it? 2-1 against. So again, just having a look at the jury. The jury didn't find any fault with that. There we go. I'm having a look at the left arm in particular here. No, I think that's all right. The lift stands. So he's got a total. That's the Israeli Netsky, 357. I'll put that in context for you. That's still 30 kilos below his best. This is Bukovic. Well, the arm was never locked out, and Bukovic in trouble again. He was very unhappy during the first phase, missed the first 2 snatches, saved himself with the 3rd attempt at 165. So as he goes to put this overhead, there you can see very clearly, never locked out correctly. So Litvinov out for a second opportunity in the snatch. Radoslav Tatachik, the 6 out of 6, still in the lead with 367. Olafsson from Norway, he also had 6 out of 6. He lifted in the B group early this morning. He has 363, and he's in the overall silver at the moment. And Litvinov. That's okay. Well, I thought that was fine. Let's see what the jury think. The jury have all pressed white. So that lift, I think, will stand. It's the central referee who was questioning whether it was a legal lift. Again, just need to see this from the front. Probably not time because, here we go. No, that's all right. And Bukovic now 195 kilos. Croatia. He's given himself a really hard time throughout this competition. So far, only 1 lift out of 4 made. And that's gone out of his head, and he's got one more attempt. And the Croatian coaching team have got to really sort him out now.
No lead. 195, still on the bar, and again, Ante Vukovic, Croatia, Saturday. Very, very important.
Well, nobody's going to want 195, I don't think, and he's going to have to follow himself out, which is, he's got the statutory 2 minutes. So maybe a chance to see how they're warming up. There's Penanaj on the left of your picture there. Getting quite warm in this hall and the warm-up area, so really necessary to get the fluid into you. It's really easy to get dehydrated in this hall. Vukovic having some urgent treatment. That's still a minute and a half to go. And that indicates to you how Penanaj is feeling. I'd love to see this man get an overall medal. As I said, you could describe him as a journeyman because he's so solid, he's always there. But it'd be nice to see him get a reward at these Europeans. But now first, Vukovic. Well, he's in the same situation as he was in the snatch. 2 failures in the clean and jerk, 195, that's what he's stuck on. Trying to put that together with the 165. So 360 would be a pretty modest total for him. Not there. Well, I'm really sorry for him, and it really does echo what I said in the first half of the program. As I walked away from the platform, he just said in the background, I said, good luck, and he went, I'm going to need it. And clearly never happy in the warm-up room, and even unhappier on the stage. Look at that, just, no. Not his day. Last year in the European Championships in Split, he was in 12th place. He has been as high as 10th. If you go back to 2009 when the championships were last here in Bucharest, that was in the heart of the city. This is the Olympic Center, about 30 kilometers out. And now Litvinov. Litvinov sitting in silver at the moment, asking for 3 more kilos. So this would take him to 368 and put him ahead of the current leader, Tatacic of Slovakia, by the necessary kilo. For me, fine, but everybody agrees, and
201 kilograms, please.
so Litvinov finishes with 4 out of 6, 368.
Igor Olszański
Let me
is
give
the
you some
second
perspective.
third
His previous personal best was 367, so he's nipped by a kilo ahead of that.
Serbia is next lifter.
Got a personal best in the snatch with a 170. So overall, a little progress. Just looking a little laboured in the heat here. Igor Netsky of Israel, lying at the moment in 4th place overall. And this is a 6 kilo increase. He's on 357, so 201 would put him into the lead. No, it wouldn't actually, because the B group man from Norway, Tollefsen, has 203 kilos in the clean and jerk. That's still the leading clean and jerk achievement so far. The way he came on the stage in the first place, it wasn't convincing, and that certainly wasn't convincing. Not fired up, not really with it at all.
Tomasz Kajdoci still getting prepared.
Doesn't catch it on the shoulders, and very awkward, and lets it go. And he was not the tidiest of lifters early on, and once again here we've got, on paper at least, a man who's going to have to follow himself. Well, Lasher, the clean and jerk men's world record does not belong to him. It belongs to Hossein Rezazadeh, and it dates back to the Athens Olympics of 2004. Rezazadeh, of course, from Iran.
The same lifter, Igor Olszański, Israel.
And they're just trying to cool him off there. The heat is intense. Been lifting in this hall since early this morning. Georgi Azanidze just walking through picture there. Now, let's see if there's more positivity about this. Well, slightly more. I think the message may have got through. Now, get on with this. .202. When I tell you that he's clean and jerk 217, did 216 in the Europeans last year. Didn't do so well in the World Championships, only 204. But nonetheless, he should be able to pick this up. .15 seconds. He looks, he checks. 10. Again, his technique has just fallen apart.
205 kilograms, please.
And, well, I'm not sure how much he wanted all of that, but that's a really disappointing display.
Tomasz Kajdoci, Serbia, first attempt.
So he's left on 357 kilos. When I tell you that his personal best is 387, he did 386 in the Europeans last year and did 387. That does date back 3 years to the World Championships in 2015 in Houston, Texas. So Tomasz Kajdoci now 205. Serbia, first attempt. .12th place at the halfway stage, so a long way back.
Good
but only 20, and he gets the 205. Add that to the 170 that he got in the snatch, 375, and he's now given a clean pair of heels to David Litvinov of Israel, who drops to second with his total of 368. Manages the first part. Overhead here. Yeah, no question, good effort. So more to come. Not an extravagant split, brings that left foot forward, right foot back, left foot back, finally ends up in control, feet in line, just about stationary. And there you have the early state of play in the clean and jerk. Well, there are plenty of men who can surpass 205, and there you can see the men who've yet to start. So 5 men in the wings at the moment: the Czechs, the Georgians, and the Hungarian. And the bar to 208, and once again, stage being cleaned from any surface moisture or resin or chalk or anything that could possibly cause the lifter to slip.
210 kilograms, please.
So Peternaj coming out on his announced first attempt weight of 210 kilos. In his time, he's been FISU University champion. Total up 398. That is about, what would that be, 4 years ago. Competed in the London Olympics in 2012, finished respectable 10th, the same position he actually occupied in Rio. But in Rio, he managed to add an extra 4 kilos to his total, a 420 total. So Naj bringing forward 191 kilos, very close to his PB in that particular phase. But in fact, it's Kadocci who is coming out again at 210, and the reason for that is that Naj has moved up. Naj at 215, so his warm-up has gone well, and that signposts his determination for the rest of the competition. That's for the Hungarian. Now, second attempt here, 5 kilo increase. .380. That's what he's aiming for, and that's what he's got.
211, please.
So just looking at his overall performance, still some 23 kilos off his lifetime best of 403 kilos. And much of that is because he managed only to lift 170, but he's a 180 man at best in the snatch. So that's the reason why he is as far as he is away from his personal best. But as I said, only 20, junior European bronze medalist last year with a total of 391. So he's 11 kilos off that. 380, which is where he is now, is what he achieved in the World Championships. But now Peternaj will come in at 215.
Czech Republic is next lifter.
So this for 406 kilos. And I think if he wants a podium medal, an overall medal, he's got to make these 3 lifts. He's certainly got to make this one. Good for me, but not good for all the judges. So Again, let's have a look at this and have a look at what they were, or at least the referee on the left-hand side was looking at. She would have been concentrating particularly on the left arm. I think that is okay. It's okay, the jury don't have any problem with it. And Pedanaj 406 heads the table. Kuchera now for the Czech Republic, 216. But he's starting his second half challenge 10 kilos down on Pedanaj of Hungary. So this would only reduce the deficit to 9, given that he gets it. Very experienced lifter, both of the Czechs, in fact. Well, at his best, I would be looking at another 10 kilos, which is possible. 5 kilos and 5 kilos. It's possible to get there to something like 225, 226. So Kuchera up into overall second, leading the clean and jerk. And Serbia now, Kadoshi, 6 kilo increase to take him to 3. Just having a look at this here, actually. 216, 6 kilos. It would take him to 386. But 216 would give him. No, it wouldn't give him the lead in the clean and jerk because Kamil Kuchera's just got there first. So it would put him up to second in the clean and jerk. And in a horrible muddle there.
270, please.
He's fine.
Irakli Turmanice, Georgia, first time, первый подход, 217.
No.
Is Jorsak, Czech Republic, is next lifter.
Don't quite know what he was trying to do there. But just loses the grip on the left hand. So Pedanaj, Hungary, leading at the moment, and now Tumanidze. Now Tumanidze and Pedanaj were only separated by 1 kilo at the halfway stage in the favor of Tumanidze, we have to say that. And so Naj did 215. This man is coming out to do 217, so that would give him a 3 kilo advantage over the Hungarian. So just be pushing Naj a little bit already. Very speedy. And that's fine as well. Remember, Tumanidze and Naj could well be fighting out here for silver and bronze. Still, Yuri Orsak, the other Czech lifter, to start along with Talachadze. And Tumanidze, Naj and Kuchera. Georgia, Hungary and the Czech Republic all have 2 attempts left. So there's quite a variety of options as to how this is going to unfold. And Yuri Orsak about to join the fun with 220. Posted 220 coming in now. And the 220, he brings forward from the snatch 181 kilos. So this is for 401. And this would take him into 3rd place and push his teammate. In fact, Kuchera now coming out for 220. And the change is coming thick and fast now. So if Kuchera comes out, he'll be looking for a 4 kilo increase. Just having a look at Yuri Orsak, 220.
Orsak goes up to 121, please.
And in fact, it's changed again. And Pedanaj is going to take the opportunity. 221. Now, this is a 6 kilo increase, and this will put him back into first place overall with 412. These are very much personal judgment calls. At the height of his powers, Petr Naj could clean and jerk 233. He did that weight a couple of years ago in the President's Cup in Russia. Ended up with a total of 421 on that particular day. And he started with a snatch of 188, so he's on course at the moment for a decent total. .412 achieved. Really nice support for him. So Tomanidze now pushed down to second place. Naj here with the edge in the clean and jerk and the overall total. And you can see the weight on that work sand bar. It's moving up. Wait till we get to Talakadze. So Kuchera now. 221, so 5 kilo increase. And this would take Kuchera to second place in the clean and jerk, and would maintain third overall. So some really good lifting by these boys. Everybody really in division below Talakadze, but if you take him out of the equation, good little fight going on here. So there's the state of play. Talakadze in the wings yet, obviously to start. 240 posted. And you can see Yeri Orseg also waiting for his turn. So Tomanidze. And this is 6 kilos. So he's now trying to really put the squeeze on Naj. This would take him to 415. And that would mean that Naj would have to take 225. He'd have to take another 4 kilos to once again get ahead of Tomanidze. Tomanidze, who in his time has clean and jerk 241. That was in the Olympics in Rio. Is he in that sort of form today? Not quite. But he might be good enough for this. No lift. Clear press out.
No lift.
Well, you see this from the front. Watch the right arm. And, well, 2 to 1. It should have been 3 reds, really. No doubt about this at all. Chucks it overhead, but as he does so, look, that the right arm unlocks, and the press out is clear. And if the referees had made it a good lift, they would have stopped and reversed it. So maybe advantage Naj, because Tomanidze's got to come out and do it again. Now, what does Naj do now? This is where they've all got to be really careful that they don't get caught out and the bar moves up and they all get behind. And Yeri Orseg, all of 10 kilos behind Naj, but the deficit is increasing at the moment with every good lift that Naj makes. So 223, the last row of the dice for the Olympic bronze medalist from Rio. So once again a 6 kilo increase, which would give him 415. And effectively, you would think that might be good enough for an overall medal, but you can't be sure with 2 men yet to start. Bit awkward. Well, this time the arms were locked out, and I think they stayed locked out as well. And that's a good attempt. Jumbled around the stage a little bit, but he finishes with a total of 415. And now Naj must riposte, as must Kuchera. So Naj, he now knows what he needs to do. He's got to take these 4 kilos to get to 416. Now, if he gets to 416, although there are 2 men in the wings, the situation is that he will be, at that stage, 14 kilos ahead of Kamil Kuchera, who would have to take a massive leap to try and knock Naj off the podium. So this is very much for an overall medal. This would put him into first place. Naj has done this, as I've explained. He's going for 225. He did 224 in the Europeans. He did 226 last December. It's in the sort of territory he's been recently. But this is when it matters. There's a real medal at stake here for him. An overall medal. Hungary holds its breath. First the clean. Okay. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Hold it still. I think that... Come on, down signal, surely. And he's done it. And you can see what he means. He knows that he's pretty secure with an overall bronze medal. And that's a terrific performance and a well-deserved reward. He's been there, here, there and everywhere. Test events, Olympic events, World Championships, European events and the President's Cup. But that's terrific. In 2018, at the age of 32, I'm pretty sure he's got his first overall European medal. Naj leads the clean and jerk. He leads the overall. Now Kamil Kuchera here with a 5 kilo increase. This could take him up there to 407. However, more importantly, it would take him into first place in the clean and jerk. And that might well earn him a clean and jerk medal of a color. Can he do it? Well, some lifting going on here. And 226, and Kamil Kuchera goes into first place in the clean and jerk. Now, there's only 2 men who haven't lifted. They're in the wings, so he can't be worse than bronze. And Naj can't be worse than bronze overall. But it's the overall medal that Naj will cherish. But this is a good consolation prize for Kuchera, who just missed the medals in the snatch phase. So, some real achievements going on here, and now Yuri Orsag. Well, 181, and he's coming out here for his first attempt on 227. So, this is for 408, and this is to deny his own teammate an overall bronze medal. And of course, at 227, he'd go into first place in the clean and jerk as well. Brings that right foot forward. I think that's well okay. Some lifting here. Lots of white around the scoreboard. That means good lifts. First attempt, he's got 2 more to go. So Kuchera down to silver in the bronze. Sorry, silver in the clean and jerk, and Orsag into gold, into 3rd place overall. Naj still leading, Turmanidze second. But of course, Orsag at the moment, he's 7 kilos. He needs another 8 kilos to eclipse Turmanidze, but he's got 2 attempts with which to do it. Both technical controllers having a very close look at the bar.
235 kilograms, please. Attack for medals in total. Igor, Czech Republic. No. First,
so you've just seen the state of play there. The 2 Talachadze, the last man to come in. And 235. Perfectly understandable. Talachadze, first job always in every competition is win the medals. Then what you can think about other things. So he's come down from 240 to 235. Remember, he brings forward 210. So this is for 445. Talachadze, 477 in Anaheim to win the world title. 467 last year in Split to win the European title. I don't think there was ever a doubt he's technically so good as well as being so strong and powerful.
236, please.
So that's exactly the right thing to do. I mean, he's absolutely clear of the field. Naj drops to overall silver. Turmanidze to overall bronze. Orsag off the podium in 4th place, but he's still in silver medal position in the clean and jerk. But Naj is out of the clean and jerk medals. Orsag now 236, so now he's really going for it. This is the big increase on the 2nd attempt, which he has to do, 9 kilos. Now, the 9 kilos here would take him up to 417 kilos, and this would put him ahead of the Hungarian Naj by a kilo. So this is for overall silver and clean and jerk gold position. And this is only his 2nd attempt. This will be terrific if he makes this. Well, those short arms, and look at that, 3 white lights, and the Czech Republic up into 2nd place. And the Czech Republic yet to announce themselves on the medal table. 17 countries have. It's going to be 18 countries with the Czech Republic now having arrived. 18 countries out of 31 participants. That's really healthy.
The last 3 attempts in 98 men's senior weightlifting, European weightlifting championships.
Well, we're not done yet. Talachadze's got 2 attempts to go wherever he wants to go, but Jiří Orsag now Well, he's put 241 on the bar. This would be a personal best for him. He's never lifted 241 in competition. 240 in the Olympic Games in Rio, where he finished in 6th place, so he's going for a personal best here. He's lifted 246 he's going for. Now, actually, 246. I know that he's lifted 245, but not in a what we call an official competition where that sort of weight would be recognized. But 246, if he lifts that here, that would be a huge PB. And, well, why not? He's putting 10 kilos on, and this would take him to 427. And not only a new clean and jerk personal best, but a new overall personal best by a kilo. So, gutsy Yuri Orsag, 29 years of age, bronze medalist in the European Championships in 2013. A silver medalist in the European Championships back in 2011. An under-23 gold medalist with a total of 405 also in 2011. But this would be a huge milestone. He was effective in the World Championships. Total 422 there in Anaheim. That was last December. 10 kilos on the bar to go 427. Huge question. Never got there, but a brave attempt. And he finishes with the overall silver. And now we know that Laszlo Talakadze is the European champion for the 3rd year in a row. Yuri Orsag, well, that's an excellent 417 kilos to secure the
247.
overall silver. He's actually still in the clean and jerk gold, but Talakadze is going to attack him for that right now. So 12 extra kilos going on the bar after the first attempt, 247. So this is for all 3 gold medals. That would give Georgia 10 gold medals at these European Championships and would put them right to the top of the medal table based on gold medals won. Romania, the host nation, with 9. But this, if he gets it, will eclipse them. And there it is. And did we ever have a doubt? Needs to bring that left foot forward. Does so, very much in control. And 247, 457 his total. He won this title last year with 467. He won it the year before in 2016 in Førde in Norway with 463. So this is quite a modest total. And is he interested in taking another lift? That's really the question. He does not have to. And the weights are coming off. And that tells you that Talakadze has done enough. He's won his 3rd European title in a row. And Georgia, 3 gold medals. It was pretty straightforward. And you can see Talakadze taking the clean and jerk gold medal here ahead of Yuri Orsag, the silver. Kamukuchera, a nice consolation prize there. 3 good clean and jerks. And the one man who had a horrible day at the office there at the bottom, Vukovic of Croatia. So just getting ready for the medal ceremony. And hopefully we'll get a few words from the champion. Well, as you see, the Olympic, world and European champion joining me for the last few moments of the 2018 European Championships. You can see there the total result. A domination yet by Talakadze, but it's been a real treat for him to be here. Yuri Orsag, the overall silver, and delighted that Peter Nagy of Hungary has got the overall bronze. That is huge reward for a lifetime of lifting at the super heavyweight class. So we'll get a few words in a moment from the champion. Hopefully